Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Agoracom, in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out important news. With us today, happy to have him back, Sam Jones. He's the CEO of OOOOO Entertainment Commerce, trades in Canada, the stock symbol OOOOO, and for our friends in the US, under the stock symbol OOOOF. If you are a soccer fan, and sorry to the Europeans addressing North American investors, if you're a soccer fan or if you're a football fan, talking to our European investors, you're going to love this segment, because even though the company's main product is its live video commerce product that's achieved some really nice success, hundreds of thousands of downloads, great partnerships, it's used that technology and has used those skills to launch Fanz.com, which is a live video commerce, NFT and gaming platform for football and soccer enthusiasts. So I'm going to say football from here on in, that way no one's confused. They've already launched NFTs with legendary commentator John Motson, who I say is the equivalent of John Madden for U.S. football, American football. They've also launched or they're going to launch for Maradona, for Italian goalkeeper Gigi Buffon, and planning 50 NFT drops in 2022. But there's so much more going on with this platform and how it relates to fans at home like you and I. Sam, welcome back, my friend. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for having me. Always good to be here.
Hey, look, Champions League this weekend coming up. World Cup in Qatar at the end of the year. You couldn't have picked a better time to launch Fanz with the Z. That's for people who are listening by Spotify, fanzwithaz.com. Before we get into some of the great things you're doing, how's it coming along? Because a lot of people are trying to get into NFT world, talking the talk. And here you are launching John Motson and Maradona coming up. And it's also, how's it going at Fanz?
Yeah, it's going good. I mean, I'm flying off to the Champions League tomorrow morning. So I'm a lifelong Liverpool fan. So I'm very excited about the weekend. Yeah, it's going well. I just got back from the US. Fanz, as you know, is focused entirely around football or soccer. You know, we feel like the sport is big enough and there's enough to do within it. You know, it's definitely the global game. Over 3 billion people are watching the game. So I take comfort in the fact that we're only doing football. And I think in the last 6 months, we've obviously launched NFTs like John Motson and several others. But I'm really grateful that we've arrived at the point where we've choosing 2 focus areas. And I want to tell you about one of those today, which I think is very timely, and it's certainly a huge commercial opportunity. And we call them asset-backed collectibles or asset-backed.
Yeah, I'm loving this.
Yeah, so I think you know, we're for a lot of people, they're a few months into their NFT journey, or some people are just beginning. But the whole space is only a few years old, and there's a lot of NFTs which have climbed very high from a price perspective and have collapsed. And I think my conclusion is, for an NFT to be successful, to increase in price, to sustain price, the NFT is a digital unit which can never be replicated, but it has to represent something. And what I mean by that is it has to be a digital ticket to an event, or it has to be.
It's got to have utility. It's got to have some utility. It's not just art.
Exactly. So it could be, you know, Gary Vee did an event last week in Minnesota. You had to have an NFT to get in, and it was a mind-blowing Tony Robbins style event. Or it could be that an NFT is a share in something through a decentralized autonomous organization. Could be like a governance token where you can have a say in how something is run. But for us, the first pillar of Fanz is an asset-backed NFT. And what I mean by that is, in football, the memorabilia business is a huge business. And in sport, it's a huge business, a $400 billion business, whether it's Tom Brady's rookie card or a ticket to the 1966 World Cup final. People value player cards and ticket stubs. So I felt like in soccer, asset-backed memorabilia should be about iconic moments or iconic people in the sport. Now, I'm going to talk you through how this works. So if we take this guy, Messi, you know, people say that Messi is the greatest ever. I think he's definitely in the top 4. Well, this is a Messi rookie card. This is the year he got into the game. This is 2004. He was playing for Barcelona, so it's his rookie card. So this card is graded and authenticated, and there's groups that do that. And this is an 8. If it was a 10, it's a $50,000 card. This one's an 8, which means it's in pretty much perfect condition. This is something between $1,000 and $2,000. So this is interesting to me as a piece of memorabilia. And what I do is I put that in a vault in our business, right. But then I then convert it to a 3-dimensional NFT that's one of one. And if you own the NFT, you own what's in the vault. And at any point you can claim the physical. But the reason the digital is of value is it allows you to without any frictionless, trade it to someone else. Now, if I want to sell this right now on eBay, it's a pain in the neck. You've got to list it, you've got to pack it, you've got to ship it, you've got to hope nothing goes wrong, and it may or may not turn up the way as you hope it will. So if we can create a digital version of this,
and sorry, Sam, on top of that, I've wanted to collect things like that in my life before, but you know what the problem is? You go spend a lot of money on it, and I say, where do I put it? I don't have, I can't, I don't want to just dump in a closet. It gets damaged, not the right temperature. So I've actually stayed away from collecting things like that because if it's expensive, it has to be stored properly, and I don't have it. So this solves that problem also, right?
So we can sell you a digital frame where the item can gently spin. If you go to Rarible/asset backed, that's our account. It's a verified account. And you'll see all of the items. Now, so we're going to be entering hundreds and hundreds of these into this account. And for me, I don't look at a playing card. I look at it like gold and silver coins. Like this is his rookie card. It's only going to go up in time. So you're going to own something that has economic value, and you're going to have it as an NFT. Now, why that's interesting to me at Fanz is if you own one, I will lend you something against that. If you stake this in my vault, I'll say to you, I'll give you 50 to 100% of that value to spend on other stuff in our ecosystem. Now, if you don't pay me back, I'll keep it.
Do you have the staking platform? Are you building that yourself, or are you piggybacking off of somebody else's staking platform?
There's a company in Israel we're looking at. I mean, the great thing about this space is you don't have to build a lot of stuff. I think there's a lot of companies that you can plug into, and so I don't think we'll build that ourselves. But if we have $20 million worth of inventory, some of it will be ours, but a lot of it will just be from collectors, whether it's signed jerseys. Actually, let me show you this one.
Yeah, show us what else you got there.
This is probably the greatest game Anfield has ever seen. It was 3 years ago, 2019. It was the semi-final of the Champions League. And Liverpool had to beat Barcelona 4-0 to qualify. It looked like we were out, and we won 4-0.
I know that game.
This is a ticket from that game signed by Trent Alexander-Arnold, because he's the guy who took the very quick corner that led to the 4th goal that put us in the final. So Trent has signed it, and he's also scribbled corner taken quickly.
No way. So how much is that worth?
I think that's between £5,000 and £10,000 ticket, and it's verified. It's the signature's graded. I know the source of where it came from, so that's on our Rarible account now. So for a Liverpool fan, that's a moment in time which is special. And I was at that game. I actually don't want to really see that one go, but that's in our Rarible account. You'll be able to see. I think it's maybe it's 5 ETH or something like that for that unit. So. The asset backed stuff super interesting to us, and we're being inundated by collectors and auction houses who want to put their products in our environment. And they think they just love the idea of having a digital twin.
And that says, by the way, that speaks to, I kind of touched on it at the beginning, the importance of, you guys have great credibility. This isn't George who came up with some technology and said, I want to try and make money off the football world, the soccer world. You guys have attained great credibility very quickly, because we said John Monson, you've already launched, you've done some doodles. Now you're doing these asset back. You've got, what is it about your group that everyone at home should know that's giving you the chance to not just say we want to be a platform for football enthusiasts, but everyone, the both sides actually want to go through Fanz.com.
Well, I think it comes with, like anything in sales, it comes with credibility. I'm a lifelong football fan. Everyone around me in the company and Fanz is big into football. So I think we're somewhat credible by, the football teams, players and legends that we deal with. I was collecting football stickers when I was 5 years old. So I to some extent, I know the emotion connected to some of these things. Secondly, before we started this company, I worked for a company called Wish. I was a managing director. That was one of the fastest growing e-commerce companies in the world at the time. We're selling 3 million products a day. And I was responsible for navigating partnerships with people like the LA Lakers, UFC, guys like Neymar, Pogba. We did one of the biggest World Cup adverts in history, which I put together. So I think we're connected and known and have handled scale before. And my co-founder, Eric, was the 4th employee into Musical.ly, which went on to become TikTok. So he's very credible on this.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think I've got some good relationships and knowledge around the game, and I've got the good tech guys in China in my corner supporting. And then there's other people in our team like Chris, who runs content. He's ex-Manchester City, BBC, Unilad, and we have this wonderful space in Manchester where we, which is our sort of HQ of Fanz. So there's lots of people involved who bring, a lot to our proposition, which in this space, Web3 NFT world, there's a lot of people acting from their bedroom. And if you can put a face to a name and actually meet people and shake people's hand and people can check up on you, I think it immediately puts you 30% ahead.
And with the track record, because it's one thing to be a kid who's a great coder. And
Yeah.
by the way, not taking anything away from them, because the likes of Facebook have been created from bedrooms with great coders. But in the serious world of football, where it's an established market that's looking to transition to Web3, they want a trusted name. Like Facebook was a coding kid in his dorm because it didn't exist. So okay, they create the market. But if you're in the football world, which is a massive multi-billion-dollar industry from all facets, I mean, you need a great name. So where do you go from here? I mean, you've got so much opportunity in front of you. You've got asset backed, you've got Fantasy 5, you've got the drops that you're doing just as they are, and you're also working on avatars, right?
Yeah. So I think there's 2 pillars we're going to go after really hard. One is the asset backed. I think we're going to have a few thousand items in that vault pretty quickly. And I really want to be seen as the go-to place for tier 1 assets and putting those into a NFT format. So you can keep checking our asset-backed handle on Rarible and you'll see it populate pretty big. The second thing we're moving into over the summer is something called avatars. And these avatars are Genesis characters that represent fans. These characters are actually going to be called fans because they depict a fan of a football club. So you will go into our platform and buy a small 3-dimensional character, which is a fan. It's you. And then you have a duty to dress you. Now, I would be wearing a red jersey for Liverpool of a certain era, but my brother would wear an Everton jersey or a Manchester United jersey, sorry. So we're building these characters which you firstly own and then you dress. And I think people will use this character in their WhatsApp profile picture because it tells the world who they are. Just like I'll wear a Liverpool jersey on Saturday at the game. I want to tell people that I'm part of that tribe. So the Fanz avatars characters are super important to us, not just because we can sell a lot of them, but because we can help clubs with a new revenue stream of selling digital merch.
Yeah, and because Liverpool doesn't have just one jersey; they've got multiple, 3, 4, 5.
If you, I think Liverpool's got the best souvenir shop in the world, and if you go in there, there's probably 500 different types of memorabilia, from ties to famous jackets that Bill Shankly wore to tracksuits from the 80s. They've got the lot, and the idea of the avatar is you want it to look as unique as possible with certain rare garments from certain seasons where you won certain things. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Beyond this is we're then going to allow you to enter environments like games and the metaverse in that character.
And I was
So
about to ask about metaverse, but go on because I want to, because
yeah,
clearly that's where you got to go.
yeah. So what we're going to build in the metaverse. So what do I do on match day? If I'm not doing a corporate thing and I'm in the regular seats, which actually what I prefer to do at Liverpool, then I go to the pub before the game. I go to a pub like the Sandon, where Liverpool was founded, where the articles of the club were written. You know, it's 50 yards from the stadium. Now, if I could create a digital version of that people could walk in the metaverse with their VR glasses on, and I could sit and talk to my Liverpool buddies or just people who happen to be Liverpool fans. This is the market where I have an identity.
Because 99% of Liverpool fans can't get to the Sandon. They live in Asia or North America or Africa or something. They can't get there. So the next best thing. So when do you think we might start seeing? Because that excites me. Because now you're bringing the whole world to the Sandon.
Within 2022. And listen, every single football club I've met constantly has this question which they throw at you: how do we reach fans that are not in the stadium? This is like the oldest question in the book, and the metaverse delivers that, because you can give a very intimate, close to real life experience. So we'll do avatars over the summer. We'll do digital merch as soon as the season starts, and bear in mind the World Cup's at the end of the year, and then we'll start to have these environments. So, but unless you own the shirt to show you're a fan, you can't get in the Sandon. I don't want a Man United fan in the Sandon. You know, could get ugly.
Business model. I know it's still early, but I got to imagine it's got to be a combination of sales, licensing, and the great thing about the metaverse is the sky's the limit in terms of models you can come up with. But clearly you're seeing enormous opportunity here. Devil's advocate, is George.com building competitors? They're going to be competitors, obviously. How do you stay, and you have to be number one, how do you stay in the top 5 or top 10 to make sure that you actually succeed?
Number one, focus. Don't start trying to do golf avatars, tennis avatars, music avatars. So forget that. So number one, focus. Right. Number two, work with a company who's already built the avatars. So I'm not going to spend the next 1 year building them. I've already got a technology company that's built them for Web3. So and we'll take the license just for football. So this is the next thing. The third thing is there's revenue opportunity in selling the Genesis character, number one. Number two, sharing the revenue of the digital merch. And digital merch is beyond huge. You know, if you look at Gucci, Prada, Adidas, Nike, they're all in this game.
And video gaming kids have been skinning for years.
Yeah. Tiger Woods golf.
Billion-dollar marketplaces that the rest of us old guys, or me, don't even know exists.
Exactly. So I think focus, partner with experts, give your partners, this is a really big one, give the football clubs a way to make new money so that they promote, so that they're doing what kills these businesses is marketing budget. People don't have it. So if you can say to a big football club, here's a way for you to sell this year's kit, not just as a piece of fabric, but as a digital version, then they'll promote you. And then I think the fourth thing, which is the most important, is give the fans a reason to wear the kit and be in that room. So actually going to the Sandon virtually, that's better than sitting on the couch watching it on your own. You're actually connecting with fellow people from the tribe. So, and if to do that, you need a Genesis character and a kit, I'm going to want that anyway.
You're done. Boom. You're not even thinking about it.
So I think these are the four things. And also, we're saying no to so many things. I've got teams and players saying to me, Sam, will you do an NFT for me? I honestly believe 90% of the NFT market is going to go to zero.
Just like the .com days, right? Dogfood.com, pets.com, the stuff that had no real differentiator from real that just got thrown aside.
This has a value. This will always, if you pass this down to your grandkids, Messi's not going to go smaller over time, but height-wise at least. He's one of the best ever, and that's his rookie year, and there's a limited supply, so the price is going to hold at worst. So asset-backed, I feel, takes us in a place that's going against the market collapse.
And then the avatar piece, I think
it's real, because it's real. It's not George Bucks. It's not an avatar of George with 10,000 different faces. Like, what the hell am I doing? These are real.
I think you're insured. You know, if there's something sat behind it, you're insured. It's asset backed. If you think NFTs all go to zero, you can still say, Sam, I want my ticket from that game. It has an economic value. So, and I think the avatar piece, if you're going to own any avatar, then let it be you as a fan. And the one thing people will always seek is connection. It's a basic human need,
No matter what.
And for a football,
does Fanz get big enough? Because I see this happening. I mean, to me, it's almost fait accompli, pending execution, which I think now is no longer a question of if it'll succeed, just degree. But does Fanz get to the point where it gets spun off, Sam, into its own entity?
Possibly. I think obviously on the OOOO side, we're doing, a lot of video commerce, provision of technology into shopping companies. I think they are naturally that's a very different sale, because it's B2B, it's B2B2C. And these companies move slower because commerce is a more developed space. Fans could certainly partner up with different people, and maybe it could spin off in its own direction. I certainly see it moving very fast.
Man, I'm excited about Fanz. I can even see you creating, the Liverpool, everyone goes to Sandin virtually in the metaverse, but you could also have an equivalent one in Canada for all the Canadian fans to get together, another one in the US. Like, it's unbelievable. That's the great thing about the metaverse, right? You can multiply the Sandin 50 times over and still have the main one.
When I was in there was a cup final a couple of weeks ago, and I was in LA for it. So I was frantically checking all the Facebook groups to where do the LA Liverpool fans meet to watch the game, and there's so many fans that are doing that when they travel, or, and it's a weird thing when you connect with Liverpool fans. They see you have the shirt, or they hear you talking about the game and suddenly they're your friends.
Your family.
Yeah. I've had it in airports in China where, because I'm wearing a Liverpool shirt, security guards are saying hello to me and saying, referencing Mo Salah or Kenny Dalglish or whatever. So I think to do that in a virtual world, there's nothing, no sport, no category bigger than this. So I think us being now, of course, once you've got people together and once you've got a currency, then they can use that currency to buy stuff, to bet on stuff, to play game. There's a whole world of stuff that the fans want to do.
So I can buy that Messi card for $1,000, then borrow $500 against it and use it in the Fantasy 5, in Fanz Fantasy 5, for example.
Exactly. Or because you have a Messi, or we're about to add it's probably the most valuable asset. In the next 2 weeks, I'm adding a Messi debut ticket from 2004 when he joined Barcelona this season. And I've got a ticket from that game that he signed, and it's been verified. It's a $50,000 to $100,000 ticket. Now, if you own that, we might give you a gold jacket to say, I've got a GOAT rookie moment. And maybe that gets you free drinks in a bar, or whatever it is. But this is our equivalent of the Bored Apes. It's like you're a member of a club. So I'm when I hear people like Gary V talking about you need asset back, you need membership, you need access, I'm thinking I'm going to do all of them. All of these I'm going to do in Fanz.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you're not just talking the talk. You've already got, I'm going to say it again, you've got the track record already, and you've already got big names working with you already. And you just launched it in February, February, March, and you're already off and running. So we can keep going because I know you got to go. But I last question, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, how's the live video commerce side going?
Yeah, it's good. We're working hard with the partners in Brazil, in Italy. We got some. I was over in the US looking at some new partnerships we're very close to in the US in some interesting new commerce categories. We've also launched a version of the app that allows anyone from the public to go live with something we call the creator tool to go live and promote products which point people to other websites. So that's something everyone can experience. If they just go to the App Store and type in OOOOO, they'll be able to see there's a creator app in there where you can talk about products and share links and so on. But no, it's we're in good shape. Technology is good.
And I love the fact that OOOOO is on the cutting edge of live video commerce, which is massive in Asia. A lot of us don't know about it here, but you guys are bringing it. You guys are bringing it to the rest of the world. And I love the fact that you're on the NFT side as well, which is another cutting edge space, but the real side. You're providing real value, real utility, real asset, and that's what makes OOOOO such an exciting company. And I'll leave with this: is we know the global stock markets, especially tech markets, are in a correction right now. I saw Netflix is down 70%, Facebook is down 50%, but it doesn't matter because it's not like OOOOO was going to go sell itself anytime soon anyways. You're just focused on building, and you're building great stuff, Sam. And as always, I think I speak on behalf of all shareholders. I say, thanks for doing that. And thanks for giving us something to look forward to literally every week now.
Well, I'm hoping we'll get a ticket from this weekend Champions League. I can get it signed, and maybe that's a new asset in the Fanz ecosystem, but only if we win.
Well, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go in there bidding if you do, because I want to start. I don't have collectibles, so I want this to be my first. And I think a lot of people are going to think the same way. Good luck to Liverpool this weekend. We'll be cheering. Last weekend was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, worthy champions for sure, those guys. But I think this weekend we'll make up for it.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, Sam, as always, my friend. For everybody at home, you've been watching Sam Jones, CEO of OOOOO Entertainment Commerce, trades in Canada under the stock symbol OOOOO. And for friends in the US, same with an F at the end. For those new to the story, you want to start your due diligence, get to the company's profile page under Gorecom, because we know this is cutting edge. We know it's live video commerce. You never heard about it. You don't know the business structures. You don't know the models. It's all there. And we also know the NFT world is still new to a lot of you out there. So that's all there as well. And then once you're comfortable, head over to the company's website, do your deep dive due diligence. Hopefully today you discovered your next amazing small cap Web3 company. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. See you next time. Hey guys, the video's over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and even leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our YouTube channel so you never miss another great Gorecom small cap video.